Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Julia Masalska, like so, and this is Made. Today we're doing some branding Wheel of Fortune. I'm so excited. So guys, thanks so much everyone who joined. Let me know in the comments who you are, where you from. Let's start a conversation. I'm so excited. I have a Wheel of Fortune with all the suggestions you guys, okay, most of the suggestions you guys have placed, because I only have placed for 12 of them on this one. So we are going to roll the Wheel of Fortune, and this will determine what I'm going to be working on this live stream. So I'm trying to kind of create a whole branding in just 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours. Let's see how this goes. But I want to show you guys the whole process of how I create a brand, starting with research, then getting inspirations, jumping into Illustrator, mocking things up with Photoshop and Dimension. Jotermi is here. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. All right, my friends, shall we roll the Wheel of Fortune and then jump into my screen, because I don't want to waste no time. All right, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3. All right, and it's going to be a candle branding. Yay, I'm super excited. I love candles. I'm surrounded by candles, not right now, but usually I am. So let's jump into my work screen and let's first of all, let's take a look at my Instagram profile. If you guys want to follow me, feel free. It's Julia Masalska, just like it says right here. At some point, yeah, right here, Julia Masalska. So feel free to follow me on Instagram, and we're going to be jumping in right away into Pinterest. This is where I usually get my inspiration for design projects, and so right now what I want to figure out is who is my brand for, what are the things that I need to think about. So let's take a look at what kind of candle brands are already there. So I'm just looking for candle branding, and let's take a look. Ooh, we already have some really cool stuff going on here. I really love this. By the way, in the chat, suggest brand names for a candle brand, because I have no idea what I'm going to do. So the cool thing is also on the candle brand, guys, that we can actually print out the label, and maybe I can get a candle and we can try it on the real candle, how that looks. All right. So I am going to, at the same time, create a new file to create a mood board for myself. Mood board, candle branding. And I'm using web settings here. I'm using web large. And let's say I want to, for now, I'm just going to go for one artboard. Okay, I'm clicking create. So now what I'm doing, this is like a very common procedure for me. What I'm doing is I'm just dragging and dropping images from Pinterest right into my mood board, because I do want to get inspired by different things, so that I'm not just, taking one design and, copying it, but I want to take a look at different brands that are out there and kind of take little elements of the things that inspire me. Oh, this is funny. Hopscotch. The funny thing is that I have actually recently worked on a project that was called Hopscotch. So that's super cool. Oh, I love this. The fact that they write the information like this, I'm pretty liking this. So I'm just going to drop it here as well. As you can see, right now it looks very chaotic, but I'm going to organize it a little bit better. That's what I usually do for, to create client presentations, to create mood boards for clients. And let's see what else we have. Ooh, I'm really liking this. Very minimalistic design. This is also super cool. Also, I'm going to take a look at different mock-ups there are for this branding. Oh, this is also nice. This is not a candle, but it doesn't matter. We can still get inspired, by different brands, as long as it has to do with kind of, like lifestyle products for home, lifestyle accessories. That's perfect for us. Okay, yeah, that one is dropped already. Oh, this is also really cute. I'm going to, so we already kind of have a mood board going on, guys. As you can see, I'm going to go for a very clean design, very subtle colors. So let's arrange this a little bit better, and let's create a nice color palette right after, so that we can get those things set and get things going, right? Cool. Aromatica, just to play with the word aroma. Yeah, that's a good one. Guys, I know it's more than just one person. Let me know in the chat what should be the brand name for our candle brand. By the way, for all of you who just joined, the Wheel of Fortune determined that it's going to be a candle branding. So we are going to be working on a candle branding today, and hopefully we can also print something out, something nice. Hopefully you guys are having some cool vibes going on in the background. Ooh, wait a second. I see that I have two audio input captures here. Let me just quickly check. Okay, this is one. This is two. That should be fine. Let me know if you guys have hear a weird sound or anything. I think that should be my mic actually. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, cool. All right, so let's jump back into the work. We don't want to waste no time. Cool. I'm still drinking my morning coffee. And for all of you who just joined, we're working on the candle branding, and I'm so excited because I love it. I love home products, home lifestyle products, and this will be a great addition to my portfolio. So guys, whenever I'm working on projects like this, like passion projects, I'm usually using them for my portfolio because I want to work with clients like that, because why not? And yeah, I'm just creating I'm just creating a mood board for this, and let's see how this is gonna come out, what this is gonna come out to. I'm just arranging the images. This one I'm going to bring to front, bring to front, just like so. All right, so what do we see? Let's give it a little title. Let's write mood board. Okay. And I'm going to one of my favorite typefaces recently, go for one of my favorite typefaces right now. I'm going to go for bold, and I'm going to make it super large, just like so. I like outlining things, so I'm just going to outline it. Sorry guys. All right, I'm gonna place this one a little bit further at the top. All right, this is good. This is good. Now let's take a look. What can we learn from this mood board, right? By the way, this only took me like 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to put this together, and this is not high fidelity at all. I just literally pulled in some images from Pinterest. And what are we seeing that is really cool? I like those squiggly lines. So let's create that element real quick so that we don't forget what elements I liked. So to create a squiggly line like this, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a very pixelated image also, but let's try this out. Maybe we can use it in our branding. So right now what I did, I just create a simple line, and then I'm going into Effect, Distort and Transform, Zigzag. The zigzag function will help us creating a zigzag. Right now it's filled with color, but we're going to outline it, so no worries. It's not going to look this bad. As you can see now, it's a zigzag, but now if I set this here to smooth, I can get a smooth line, a squiggly line. So I want to reduce the size here just a little bit to create a similar squiggly line like there is in this other product that I'm seeing. So we have this squiggly line. I really like this. Then what I like about this mood board is we have this combination of sans serifs and like a handwritten typeface. This is something I want to use for my branding as well. So what I want to do is right now I'm going to take my key outs from my my key, how do you call that? My key takeaways from the mood board, right? And I'm just going to place them on a new artboard. So I'm going to remove this, and I have one of the elements is this squiggly line that we have from this packaging, right? Now let's take a look. I was mentioning the handwritten typeface, and combined with I think this is a serif, but combined with a sans serif will be also really cool. Then I really love how they're using the typeface to write it not just straight, but write it kind of like in a certain on a certain path, which I might use as well. So let's take a look how that could look like. So let's say I'm creating a path just like so. This is just a regular ellipse, and I'm going on text, type on the path tool like that. So I'm just going to leave this for now so that it's part of my inspiration board, right? It's part of the elements I want to use on my new branding, right? This part here. We have this squiggly line. We have this part here where the text is not just written straight up, but it kind of follows a certain flow, which I really, really like. And the other thing that I was mentioning is this handwritten font combined with a sans serif. As you can see, guys, I'm getting asked a lot how to get inspirations from something and not copy too much. You just get the idea of a concept. So if I'm seeing this, I'm not going to automatically exactly copy this design. I'm going to see the concept behind this, the kind of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture here is that the text is written on a path and it's not just a straight line, right? So this concept I'm using, but I'm using it in a different way. Maybe I'm going to create something like this, or maybe I'm going to write it on a wavy line, or maybe I'm going to... So this is something where I can kind of add my own juice to it. So now let's reproduce something similar to this. So handwritten font combined with a sans serif. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my type tool, and I'm going to try to find a handwritten font, right? So handwritten, and I'm going to look in my typefaces if I have something here. Otherwise, usually I go to Creative Market or I go to fonts.adobe.com and take a look what I have there. And I don't want it to look too perfect. I want it to almost look kind of minimalistic. So I'm going to go here on the filter, and I'm going to flowing or graphic handwritten typefaces. Okay, so perfect. Look, we already have a bunch of handwritten typefaces that we can freely use. This is a really cool typeface, Modena Script Regular. It's not a very well legible typeface, but I kind of like this, and I kind of like the, you know, the modern feel of it, the minimalistic feel of it. It really looks like somebody wrote something down. So now let's try and experiment with a different one. Just like so, I'm copying it usually, and I'm applying a different typeface to it. This one will not work for us. Also, I'm looking for a specific style. I'm not looking for something that looks like a you know, like a marker handwriting, or I'm not looking for something that looks like as if a kid wrote it, because that will not fit the whole idea of having something elegant and having this, you know, lifestyle product that's actually more a thing for grown-ups, right? So now let's go on to fonts.adobe.com and see what we can find there. So I'm going to go to fonts.adobe.com, and we still need a name. Hi, I can't really read your name. I'm not sure what language it is, but I'm not really sure. Let me know how you pronounce her name. That would be very helpful. Okay, so here we have browse fonts, right? And we can choose here handwriting, hand. There we go. And now we have a bunch of typefaces that look like they're handwritten. Now let's take a look. Let's scroll through the projects. Let's see what there is here. And I might even go to Creative Market and get a new typeface, because why not? I want to have a really cool typeface that works with what I need. And if I don't find anything here, see, this all looks like very, it doesn't look very elegant. So I'm looking for something that looks elegant, kind of almost like a signature, you know, made with a black pen by a really, you know, by a really fancy person. And this is not what I'm looking for here. So now let's take a look at Creative Market. creativemarket.com, and I'm going to look for typefaces, fonts. Let's see. And here I'm gonna look for fonts that will work for my branding. So let's say this one will work really good already. I can see that. This one, Modern Line, looks really nice. Let's see what else we have. This Amsterdam font is really cool as well. This one is amazing, Santorini. That looks really cool. This is something I want to go for. So let's try and type, what are we going to write? So what's the name of the brand? My name Jihan. Hi Jihan, good to see you. Everything sounds perfect, loving the music vibes. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I have, I love, you know, listening to music when somebody's working and listening to music. I think it's the perfect combination. I think this looks really cool, and as you can see, they're combining the script typeface with a sans serif, or with a serif even here. So I think that could work, but it's very similar to what I already have. So let's see if I can find something that's going in the same direction, but maybe a little bit different. So maybe I can use it for the future. Bon Vivant. Oh, this is a really nice one. This is really cool. I'm going to log in because I do have some credits left here. By the way, this is not advertisement. This is just, I'm showing you guys my workflow, and I don't want, like, I'm spending a lot of money on Creative Market. As you can see, I still have $132, but I already spent more than half of it. So this is really cool. I really love this Bon Vivant collection. There are 4 different typefaces, and I think this will work so perfectly with our candle brand. So I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy this one. $25. Okay, download now. I'm really excited, guys, because I love downloading and buying typefaces, because those are not the ones that people usually use. People usually use typefaces that are free and typefaces that are, you know, accessible for everyone, free download and so on. So I'm going to put the fonts into my font book, and this is how they are going to appear in my Illustrator. So I'm going to look for my apps, and I am going to open my font book. Let's see, where is it? There. So this is how it works on the Mac. I don't know how it works on Windows. I'm not a Windows user, honestly. How about you guys? Do you guys use Windows, or do you prefer Mac? What's your guys' preference there? Okay, web fonts. I'm just going to put all of them. OTF, TTF. I think we are good with desktop fonts for now. Regular. Okay, this is the script font. Super cool. And serif font. Okay, so we do have to download the web fonts because they're a little bit different. OTF, I'm just going to place this one here. TTF. Yeah, that's good. And this one I'm also going, so the OTF I feel like is the regular format for typefaces. OTF or TTF is what I usually see, you know, the typeface being formatted as. Okay, cool. And Gianfilippo is here, and Design with Fergie's here. Hi Julie, I love the vibe so far. Great aesthetic inspiration. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think this will be amazing, guys. I think this will be really great. The only thing that I hate doing is looking up the typeface that I have just downloaded. Like, kind of just show up in the recent ones or in the new added ones. That would be so cool. All right, so my typefaces here are Bon Vivant. Bon Vivant. I have to write it down, otherwise I'll forget it. Okay, we have Bon Vivant. And French is always so funny to pronounce. Oh, okay, Bon Vivant. That's it. All right, sounds good. So now I'm going to use my Bon Vivant. I have to clear my filter, and here are already my typefaces, and they're so beautiful. Check this out. This serif is so amazing. I'm going to use this for sure. And we have this another serif, but where is our, there is a sans serif. Oh, there is no preview. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. All right, so let's go back to Illustrator, and I'm going to use my Bon Vivant. Okay, the handwritten font is really cool. I'm liking this so much. I love this one as well, but I feel like this one is a little bit easier to read since the lowercase letters are a little bit larger, and this is what we want. And this one, we are going to use the other one, the other bone. Ooh, I love this. I'm not sure if we're going to take the bold or the regular. It might be going for regular. I usually look how to combine the typefaces together and how they work, because this one is going to be okay, let's keep this here and let's continue using our inspiration board and finding things. So aspects of our branding are right now squiggly line, something that I liked, then type on a path, something that I have found inspiration in this work. Then combination of handwritten and serif font is something that we saw here. And then what I also really like is this type of design of a label. So if you see the label is divided into parts, and each of the parts carries a certain information. So the top part is the biggest one, and it carries the brand name and what the product is. Then the second one carries a more detailed description, and the other two carry other information that I cannot read right now because it's a little bit too, probably how many hours the candle is burning and so on. So I love this layout here, and I'm going to use a similar layout for my project as well. So let's just create a little, you know, little draft of how this could look like. Again, this is all not final. This is just, you know, for us to see how the whole branding feels and looks, right? So I'm just going to create a little light gray rectangle so that it kind of sticks out from the background. And I am going to create those lines just like they are created here. So one of the lines is approximately at the half of the label, and it is black. So here we are going to select the color black. Okay. And guys, we have not even touched on the colors yet, and we are already half an hour in, but it's okay. It's going to be awesome, I promise. We can also do a longer session if necessary. All right, so I'm going to do this, right? Just take a look how this looks. Okay, this line goes through, and here we have a little divider. So I'm just going to do a similar thing. I'm just going to create a little divider here so that I know, you know, for future reference, how my layout can look like for this branding, right? And it's not that I'm completely copying the design. I'm not. This is just, you know, a concept inspiration, and this is totally fine. We are all, when we're designing, we are never, you know, reinventing the wheel anyway. We are always taking the information that we already have in our brain and combining it in new ways. So this is a really, really normal process, and it's not something you have to worry about, oh, I have copied this person or whatever. This layout, by the way, is also super, super normal for candles. I have seen it 1,000 times, and so this is nothing new. And I really like this this setup here. Hopefully we can use it later. But let's take a look at the other ones. Let's take a look at the other you know, labels. Here we have the concept here that I see that I'm kind of inspired by is that there is a little box that kind of covers the information, and this box is laid on top of a, you know, of a background texture, of a background pattern. So this is something that I think we could experiment with, and I'm going to use it here. I'm going to take a copy of this, and I'm going to create the similar thing, you know. I'm just going to create a rectangle around it, and I'm going to place some type of background in it. So let's see what I have in my libraries. Maybe I have something that will work with that. Let's see. Maybe something here. This is my personal branding, but maybe not. We have some other stuff going on here. Let's take a look. Actually, one of my favorite pages, guys, to get background textures. One of them, of course, is stock.adobe.com, and one of them that's free is unsplash.com. This is the site where I'm sometimes, you know, when I'm creating things like that where I don't want to really purchase an image so far, I just want to use something as a placeholder. So here I'm going to look for material. I'm going to look for different materials. Maybe you know, so I find some material that I find inspiring. So maybe Maybe we can look for marble. Let's take a look at marble, what it brings. Marble. There we go. Yeah, I think that could be something that we could use for our candle. I think this is really, really beautiful over here. I think that could totally work for our branding, or something like this, you know, like a splashy water, refreshing. I think that gives me really good vibes. It gives me really good energy, and it feels, you know, it feels like something I can definitely see in a candle, and also reminds me of vacation. Vacation, something that I urgently need to do. All right, let's take a look. What else is here? So I'm never stopping at one thing, you know. I'm always looking for other things. Maybe it can even be like a more crazy version of our waters. So I'm downloading these two, and I'm just going to add those into my file. So they're probably somewhere in the downloads right there. And of course, if you end up using those images, you do need to credit the artist. But for now, this is just a placeholder, so I'm not really going to be using it. And I'm going to place it to the back, right click, arrange, send to back. And I'm going to create a little mask. So I'm going to place the image inside, masked inside the rectangle here. So I'm going to go on to make clipping mask. Okay, this is already pretty cool, and I'm going to set it to the back, arrange, send to back. And this could be something that we can use on our candle, you know, so we can, you know, create a little box that is filled with information, and that can be placed on top of an image. So this is just a general idea, and it does not look nothing like this label here, right, in the end, because it's a combination of different things. All right, so what can we see here as well? The color has been kind of reproduced from the background. So they took a color for this block that already lives inside the background. So how would that look like in our version? If we would use this rectangle, and I'm using the eyedropper tool, shortcut I, and let's see how it looks if I take one of these colors that are already living in the background, which could be actually pretty cool. And I can totally imagine, you know, that happening. All right, we already have a bunch of different things, a bunch of different aspects that can be kind of you know, part of our branding. Let's take a look if we can get some getaways, some other not getaways, takeaways from the other brands. Yeah, again, we have this play of sans serif and handwritten typeface. And let's grab some information from here, because I want to create a realistic label, and so far I have no idea what to put on my label. I don't know what kind of products it will have, what kind of SKUs, shelf keeping unit, by the way. So these are 2 SKUs. They're the same brand, but slightly different products. And they're called SKUs because shelf keeping units all have a different barcode. So if it's a slightly different product from a brand, they all need different barcodes. So, all right, welcome everybody who just joined. Let's take a look at the chat if there are any more questions so far. Ekaterina is saying, amazing vibe, love candles. Yes, me too. Flambeau for a name. Oh yeah, Flambeau. Let's try it. Let's try Flambeau. That sounds so good. And since we're already kind of into French here with our typeface names, bon vivant. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong or right. Okay, so I'm going to write wait a second, what am I missing? The A. And as you can see, a typeface honestly is everything. It's everything. The typeface is everything. And now what we can even do is we can modify the typeface to create our own unique logo, right? So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to hold Command Shift and O. It's now outlined, and what I want to do is, because I think the A's are so you know, significant in this word, that I am going to try and experiment with a vector in here, and I'm going in with a direct selection tool, and I'm just going to place these handles just slightly different, holding shift so that I'm not actually, you know, transforming too much, but I want to make these little pieces here slightly, you know, slightly more dominant and slightly more significant. Ooh, look, this already kind of gives a different vibe here. I want it to be almost circular, so I'm trying to kind of create this kind of circle action here. So let's see how. Oh, by the way, if you guys notice, this is snapping to certain things here in the view panel. You can turn this off. I really don't like when things snap to things. I only use the smart guides, which can help you find relationships between the different objects and snap there. But yeah, I don't like using snap to pixel, so I'm just going to turn this off. And now, as you can see, I can move it freely. It doesn't snap anymore, which is amazing. All right, so I want to make it almost like a, you know, like a circle here. I want to create something really nice. And by the way, I'm holding shift while I'm moving these around because I want it to not, you know, shift in the angle. I just want to move around these handles along the 90-degree angle. So I'm holding shift for that. See what happens if I don't hold shift and if I hold shift? See? So this is the reason why I'm doing this. And let's see what we can do with the A here. And, yeah, and as you can see, if you compare those two A's, this A kind of has this, you know, it has this little spice in it. Let's add a little bit more spice maybe by, you know, working on the handles just a little bit more. And maybe we can create something. Ooh, I'm liking this. This makes it a little bit more edgy. I like it. And also, plus we have modified the typeface, which will mean that this logo will be completely unique. Nobody else in the world will create the same logo as you, even if they use the same typeface. All right, so I'm going to remove this A and I'm going to copy paste this one, holding Option and holding Shift so that I only drag it on the straight line. Cool. Yeah, I'm loving this so far. All right, what else can we work on here? I think this is really cool so far. This typeface is just so amazing. Let's see what else we can do here. Maybe we can write it in caps. Flambeau. I really like this as well. The only issue that I see is that there is a lot of white space here between L and A, but this is not a problem. We could still play with that, you know, by placing the A slightly over the L. That could be something that we could do right now. All right, so I'm going to Command Shift and O, outline this again. And maybe, you know what, I'm going to take a copy of this, and what we can also do here is maybe we can rearrange the two, we can rearrange it in two lines. That could be really cool also. So let's take a look at that. And okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to modify the A so it kind of fits over the L, right? And for that, it's going to be really interesting right now because I am going in with the direct selection tool again, and I'm going to move this around just a little bit. And we will need to play around with some of the points just a slightly little bit, because yeah, that could work. All right, so let's place this A. I'm going back to the regular selection tool. Let's place this A over the L. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. The only thing that I don't like here is that the other A is still, you know, is still regular. But that's okay. Maybe we can work with that. Oh, this could be really nice. And this is, guys, how you create something really unique out of a typeface. All right. No, I think this could work actually, you know. And now that I'm looking at this, it's kind of placed pretty well here. And maybe we can work a little bit on the L, because I feel like this asymmetry kind of creates a little tension here. So I'm going to go into this point here. I'm going to move it just a little bit down. I'm going to mimic this side of the L, trying to kind of align it so it looks exactly the same on this side like on that side. All right, yeah, look at that. See, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to create a little bit more breathing room for the little foot of the A. Okay, so we have two variations, guys. We have this one where we have modified the A, and this one where we have modified the A. So let me know what you guys think. I feel like this one can be used really well, and let's try this version where it's stacked up on each other. In this, oh, I have to use the regular selection tool. Let me know in the chat, guys, 1 or 2. So this will be number 1. And this will be number 2. Let me know what you think works better. 1 or 2. Hi, Felipe. Zen Candle as a name idea. Yeah, totally a good idea. I think Flambeau is pretty good already. So I think the name is gonna be good. All right, so I wanted to stack it up a little bit differently here. I wanted to stack up this underneath, just like so. So yeah, that would totally work as well. Here, yeah. What do you guys think? Number 1 or number 2? I feel like number 1 looks really, really appealing to my eye. Number 2 has a lot of white spaces going on here between the E and the A, and then here again, while number 1 is pretty balanced, except for the F. I would push the F just a tiny bit closer to the L to close this gap. I think I think number 1 for me. You guys are voting for 2. Oh my god. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Please vote for 1. For 1. Thanks everyone who joined. We are making a candle branding. My Wheel of Fortune decided that we're going to go for candle this time. By the way, if you guys want to suggest new brands or brand themes, you can go onto my Instagram, and this is where you can suggest those. This is how somebody suggested candle here. All right, so what do you guys think? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Jessica is saying 1 is so balanced. I so much agree, because oof, this typeface is just so amazing, and we have changed the A just a little bit. We have adjusted the A, and the A has a little bit of a spice now. All right, 2 that has a pretty wave in the A. Also like the manipulation. Yes, I love the little curve in the A, but I think we should go for number 1. Let's go for number 1. This is going to be our logo. And what I do if I'm creating a completely new branding like this, what I'm doing first thing is I'm creating a library. So I'm going into my libraries. If that doesn't show up for you guys, you can go up onto window and then click onto libraries, and this is how you can activate the libraries. So here we can create a new library that's gonna called Flambeau. Okay, create. And now I'm going to create myself an asset library where I'm going to place all of these things: this typeface, this graphic, this squiggly line, this picture, this and everything that we have here, I'm going to place into my library. This is going to go in as a graphic, right? Then I'm going to remove this. Oops. I'm going to remove all of that because this is not our branding anymore. We have made a decision, and the decision is we're going for number 1. And here we can save the typeface to our library, where I'm just selecting the typeface where it's not outlined yet. The one is not outlined, and I'm clicking the little plus at the bottom that you cannot see right now, but it's just a little plus at the bottom. If you click that, you can add it as a character style right there, and now you can see, bam, we have a character style added to our library. Now guys, we have not taken a look at colors at all. So, and I'm adding the squiggly line as well as a graphic to my library. And I'm going to add this little element here as well. as a graphic. Okay, now let's take a look at colors, all right? So we do have a lot of color going on here. What I'm going to do is I am going to use a rectangle tool and I'm going to pull out a couple rectangles. Usually for branding, what I'm doing is I am creating maybe if we have 3 different SKUs, so we have 3 different candles, right, with 3 different smells. I am going to create 2 additional colors that are going to be my, you know, typeface colors. So colors that I can use the typeface on or with. So they have to be they have to have a very high contrast. So as you can see here, the main colors here that they use are this very, very dark charcoal and this very, very light cream color. And they're basically swapping them here, right? But since I'm going to create 3 SKUs and not only 2, I am going to work with a dark color to write things down, and then I'm going to use maybe a light color to add other, you know, brand elements. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually keep this color and I'm going to make the other one a darker color, so I can actually go ahead and use my eyedropper tool to kind of experiment around what, you know, what colors I can find here in my images that I already have. So I think that one could work. And as you can see, even if I click here or here, the colors will be completely different. They will never be the same. So, and then I can go into my color picker and I can move the slider around and, you know, adjust the selection. So I want to have it like a really, really dark, dark charcoal color. So, but it will already go into like a creamy, you know, like a creamy subtone. So yeah, something like that I think would work. All right. And then we're going to pick 3 different brand colors. Since there are not really a lot of brand colors, I'm going to take another look at Pinterest and I'm going to look for earthy colors, because our brand will have really dark, you know, settled tones. Earthy tones. Let's see what Pinterest will spit out for us. Look, this is already really amazing here. I think these color tones are really, really cool. And as you can see, this does not have to do anything with candles. It's just, you know, something that somebody created once, and why not? We can totally use those colors. So I'm going to drop it into my Illustrator and I am going to use my eyedropper tool. And I'm going to copy those colors. What I also like doing is I like to go to the supermarket and I like to use Adobe Capture on my mobile devices. So it can be your phone or it can be your iPad. So just go to the store and take a picture of something, and Adobe Capture helps you to filter out the color palette out of that. So that can be super, super helpful as well. Has anyone ever used Adobe Capture to create color palettes and pattern? That's so great. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's super, super cool, and you can literally go into the store. You can go into the fanciest stores, capture colors, you know, because sometimes the fancier stores, they have better design and they have really, really cool packaging. So why not use it for your own good, you know? Why not just use things that already exist. All right, so I love this green here. I love this color, but I think this one is a little too light. So what I want to do is I want to create a blue version of this green. So I'm going to eyedrop this one and I'm going to go here. Instead of going for green, I'm going to go for blue. So the tone will stay the same. It will be kind of on a very dark side, but it will go into the blue direction instead. So that's what I want to do. I might even like move around just a little bit so that I get this tone here. And as you can see, they do visually kind of belong together, but not really. They all kind of create their own. And maybe I can still play around with this just a little bit more. Ooh, I like this actually, just to go a little bit lighter. And I think this could work for us already, you know, these colors. Let's take a look. Let's take another look at Pinterest. Maybe we can find other colors that will work for us as well. Cool. And there is also another tool that I really love using. So let's say I'm saving this image, right? So, and I want to extract the colors from here. So what I can do is I can go into color.adobe.com, and here I can extract the theme from a file that I already have. And in fact, I can just drag and drop it, which is super, super cool. So let's take a look where my file is that I have just saved, and I can just drag and drop it in, and bam, I already have the color palette going on here. This is super cool. All right, this is awesome. This is very interesting. Why not? We can try it out. And now we can save it to our Flambeau library right there. Save. And now we're going back, and bam, the color palette is already right here in our Illustrator, and we can already work with that. Super cool. Oh yeah, honestly, I love this blue so much more than this one. So, whoops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one up to that. Yes, I think this is so much more harmony now. And to see if colors work together is what we're going to do now. Is we're just going to pull these into our brand look and feel artboard. And here what we are going to do is let's stretch these out a little bit and give them a little bit more surface, just like so. We can even make them way bigger, because we can do anything. We are like the artists of our own, you know, of our own Illustrator. Okay, and I'm going to make this one just a tiny bit smaller, and that way you can see how this color works on top of each other, right? And what I can also do is to be very you know, experimental, is I can already kind of copy paste the logo and place it onto these things. This could be like little badges or something. I mean, like little stickers. Bring to front, just like so. And then we can eyedrop this color to it. And as you can see, works perfectly fine on these colors because they're all very subtle tones. And this works really amazing. I'm really loving this. And on this color, on the other hand, we are going to use this dark black, or we can also use these colors on that white as well. So how would that look like? I'm just going to copy paste this rectangle 2 times more, and I'm going to copy paste this, save time wherever you can, place it on top of this, and now I'm going to make those colors, just like so. And as you can see, we have already a branding coming together. It's really, really amazing. Oops, I did not want to do that. I only wanted to select the typeface and make it the darker color. By the way, the letter V is a shortcut for the select tool, and the letter I is the shortcut for the, oops, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay, I have not selected my text again. Okay, just like so. And as you can see, this totally works on top of each other, right? And even if we have 3 different labels, it will work. I'm very, very positive about this branding. So now let's try to find ourselves a sans serif that we can use for descriptions. Just like here we have, you know, like a text box that kind of gives a little bit more information, maybe like ingredients or something like that. So for that, let's find another typeface. Maybe let me just actually make another text box here, and maybe we're going back into our properties. Let's see, Active Grotesque is a really nice typeface. Gopher is a really nice typeface. I love that one so much. And Active Grotesque is a really good one for, you know, to create well legible text. And I'm really loving it, and I usually use it in caps also. So this is our header. So let's say it says something like ingredients, right? So I'm just going to give it an example because why not? We have the freedom to create something like that. And I'm going to make it just a little bit bolder. Bold. And now, guys, you know, you can use typefaces in different ways, and typefaces like Active Grotesque, they have a pretty large family. So as you can see, there are so many typefaces that are part of this, you know, font family. And I really, really love the fact that you can just copy paste this, then remove the caps, so it's not going to be caps anymore. And let's say I'm going to write orange wax, just some examples here, which is not the case, but and I'm going to use the regular version of this one. And now we can use these typefaces together. They're the same font family, and they work so well together. I'm really loving this. And we can even leave the same typeface size. It's both 14 point size. So this could be an element for our label as well. Cool. Yeah, I really love it. Maybe we can make this even just a little bit bolder, extra bold. I think bold was already good, and I'm going to give it, yeah, 100 was good for the tracking. And here I'm going to remove the tracking because I want it to be well legible and a little bit more dense, right? We can even make the typeface here smaller, 12. That's cool. That's good. So this is basically how you determine the typefaces, the colors, the fonts for your branding. Here we go. We already have it all set. And now we can start designing the assets. And now we can actually jump into the into the label. So now let's create a new artboard. And to copy all the artwork that's on the previous artboard, you click this move artwork with the artwork with artboard button. And if you don't, you can just unclick it and just copy the artboard. That's what I'm usually doing. Unclick, there we go. And I'm just, because I'm always using the same artboard size. This artboard size I use for presentations. It is 1920 by 1080. By the way, that only vertically is the size of Instagram stories. So in case you ever want to create Instagram stories, this is the size. Cool. I kind of really dig the vibe here that goes on in our mood board. How are you guys liking this so far? I'm really satisfied with this. I think this is going to be really cool. Cool. Jyotirmay is saying looks very high-end and elegant. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's proceed and let's create some labels first, and maybe we can even apply those labels. We are almost here for an hour now, and we already created a whole branding. We have a logo, we have colors, we have typefaces, and that only in 1 hour. So that's really cool. All right, so I'm going to copy paste this because I'm really loving this. I'm just thinking, what type of information do I add there? So I'm just going to find sample information. Of course, copy something that needs to be written. It takes time, and there's people who are specialized in just writing copy, writing descriptions for that. I'm going to go onto Google, and I'm going to go on the Candle website. I'm just going to Google candles, and now candles and wax melts. So I'm going to use this website as the source of my copy, because why not? Enjoy freshly harvested candles and wax melts in every shape, size, and bonfire and reconnect around the fire with a new collection of this is really cool. Let's see if maybe we can find a better site. Let's see. Candles on Amazon. 3 week scented candles. Bath and Body Works is always a good source for candles. I love that. But they don't really have a lot of copy here. Let's see. Candles on Etsy. Oh, Anthropology. Yes. Anthropology is a really cool store, and they always have really cool designs. As you can see, they do have a lot of designs. By the way, if you're taking inspiration, you can also take a look at other candle products and see how they have been designed and stuff like that. Botanica glass candle. Ooh, I love this. I love this name. Let's see what kind of copy we can else get from here. So I'm going to name one of my SKUs Botanica glass candle. All right, I'm just going to copy paste this in here and try to find the information that I need. Okay, Botanica glass candle. Then what else do we have? Botanica incense. Yeah, that's not a candle product. Dickinson candle, ruby glass. concrete jar candle. That's cool. I want to know more about the product so that I can copy the information, write a review, product details. Look, this is where we're going to get all of our copy. Oak and moss. Oh, look, fresh grapefruit. Oh, look, we have our SKUs already. This is so cool. All right, I'm just going to copy this in here. We have one candle is oak and moss, one candle is orchid and salt, and the third candle is fresh grapefruit. This is what we're going to use, guys. This is what we're going to use. And that I want to make, let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this here for now, and I'm looking for something to write into here. So something that advertises 50-hour burn time. Okay, let's copy all of that too. This is really cool. This is gonna be the source of all of our copy here. Copy this, copy this, copy that, copy that, paste, Command V. There we go. So now we can just copy paste the stuff. We don't even have to type it up. We have our amount of ounces. We have some information that we can use for the label actually. Here, the first time you light the candle, allowed to burn until wax pool melts. That's something we can totally use on the label, right? So let's take a look. What else we have here? I'm trying to find a brand that is totally concentrated on candles. Let's see, all candles. All of our candles are vegan, cruelty-free, and phthalate-free. See, this is something that we can also add to the packaging. This is an additional kind of information that can be useful. Whoops. Okay, vegan, cruelty-free, and phthalate-free. This is usually something that my clients provide to me. So I'm never writing those things myself. I'm just copy-pasting them directly from the files that they send me. Because, first of all, copy-pasting saves you so much time. Second of all, it really prevents you from doing grammar mistakes or writing things wrong or misspelling things. Because if you just copy paste it from their initial file, if there was a mistake, it was their mistake, it was not yours. So this is something that I really learned about copy. Copy pasting is everything. All right. Cool. Princess is saying I love it. Yeah, I love it also so far. And we are at an hour right now. Hopefully in the next half an hour we can create already some cool, let's see, amber moss, some cool products. A weekend in the mountains, sun gleaming through the... Ooh, look, this is cool. I love this. This is something we can put into our circle. Look, it's kind of like an inspirational kind of describing the atmosphere. A weekend in the mountains, sun gleaming through the canopy. Okay, that's super cool. There's more text. I'm going to decrease the size to kind of sage moss and lavender. Okay, cool. I'm going to create stuff like that for each of my candles. So let's take a look at what other descriptions they have here that I can use for the 3 different SKUs. Right now we already have one for 1 SKU, but we do need 2 other ones. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Neroli and eucalyptus. Orange slices, sunblock sheen. See, this is cool. This is perfect for us. All right, so I'm going to copy paste this. I'm going to paste the copy, Command V. And I'm going to make the typeface a little bit smaller here. And eucalyptus, there we go. Cool, yeah, I'm liking these little descriptions. It's kind of, you know, inspiring to see how they describe the candles. It's super cool. If I had more time, I could sit down totally and, you know, kind of try to figure out my own copy. But Golden Coast, Big Sur Magic, Wild Sage Baking in the Sun. Super cool. I love it. All right, copy pasting that again and pasting the text. All right, Redwood and Palo Santo. Okay, these are just examples, guys. So Sage Moss and Lavender. Let's just use the SKU names here. This one is called Golden Coast, and we do have a color that will fit to that. The color, this brownish color, Golden Coast, will totally work with this. Okay, so SKUs. These are not going to be our SKUs anymore. These are going to be the SKUs. Golden Coast. Then what else do we have? We had Golden Coast. This site is loading so slow. They probably have a lot of really, you know, high quality images, and that's the reason why this site is a little bit laggy. All right, Amber and Moss, super nice. Illustrator. Amber and Moss. And the third one will be, if it's loading. Okay. All right. And the third one will be this Neroli and Eucalyptus. All right. So we have our 3 SKUs. Now let's place those onto our label. Let's create the label design. Okay, the first candle will be Neroli and Eucalyptus, Golden Coast, and Amber and Moss. Now let's assign those to colors. What colors do we have? We have this golden color, which is going to be our Golden Coast, that's for sure. And then we have Amber and Moss, and we have Neroli Eucalyptus. Okay, so Neroli and Eucalyptus will be green, and Amber and Moss, or actually Amber and Moss is going to be the green, and the blue will be Neroli and Eucalyptus. Cool. So we have those colors assigned to the 3 different products, but you know, we're not limited to those colors. So in case the company kind of comes up with new SKUs, we can still add, you know, colors to that, which makes it super, you know, easy to adapt to new products. All right, now let's create our candle labels. For that, what I'm going to do is, first, guys, I'm going to go to stock.adobe.com, and I'm going to find a mockup for candles, for candle mockup. Candle mockup. There we go. So what I'm looking for is a Photoshop mockup where I can just place my candle label, and I'm not really satisfied with those yet. Let's check Creative Market. By the way, Creative Market has really cool mockups. I love their mockups. Sometimes I'm seeing a mockup and I'm like, I need to design something for that mockup. So that turns out really good always. Branding, product. All right. Oh, actually, let's just look it up here. Candle mockup. Ooh, yes. Candle glass package mockup set. This looks so cool, guys. This looks really nice. And we have different views on that. The renderings are not the best. Could be cool. Well, let's see what else we have. Ooh, this is also really nice here. I love this one as well. This is beautiful. There's so many amazing mockups, as you can see. So I don't know where to start, honestly. This is all really nice. Let's take a look at this one. This one kind of will go with our earthy tones, I feel. Oh, look, they have 4 different candles in it. That could be interesting as well. But we do have 3 SKUs. I don't want to kind of, you know, be limited to creating a certain amount of SKUs. So let's take a look at this one. This one is just a box for the candle, but it's not really the candle itself, which can, you know, depending on what you're creating, can be really cool also. Ooh, I think, what do you guys think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one to pick. This one is really nice too. Let's see. Always read the description because sometimes, you know, oh, this is a 3D model. Non-transparent. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what kind of file this is because, oh look, photo shoot and 3D model. Customizable interior, Photoshop files, full color range, realistic 3D. Okay, I think this looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, and I'm going to download it. Of course, you can use any mockup that you want. You can even just Google free candle mockups, and you know, get them from there because why not? You're free to do whatever you want, especially if you're working on your own. Where is it? Where is it? I just downloaded, right? Let's see, it's probably still loading on my Creative Market side. Yes. Okay, so let's wait for it for a second. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any suggestions so far. I'm really excited to you know, get this mockup thing going because that's where we can really see how our product will look like. I'm really excited for that. Cool. All right, it's loaded now, and now I can open the mockup. The reason why I am downloading the mockup first is because then I will know what type of file I have to prepare, what's the size, and look, we have different files here. We have this one, we have this one, we have that one, this one. I love that it also has a box. I think that will work super cool with our candle. And let's just start with this one, and let's take a look what sizes we can go for here and what's the kind of the measurements here. All right, so here we have the mock-up. We can see we can design the candle, the side top, the top part. Let's see, overlay layers. I'm not sure if you guys can see all of that. Let me just move myself a little bit to the other side, just like so. All right, and what else? Scene shadows, color, texture. All right, so this part, okay, this is not something we need. Left side. Just trying to understand what this all is because right side. Oh, okay. So here we have all the different parts in on our packaging, basically as single elements, which is fine with me. I'm just trying to understand where I am gonna go now first because I do want to start my design. Overlay, design, side, top. Okay. Design left side. Okay, so now we're getting closer. Left side, right side. And I also love the fact that they have a metallic overlay here, box inside. We can even determine the color of the wick, and oh yeah, I totally don't want it black. I want it white. Design candle. Oh yeah, this is what we need to look at. All right, guys, so this is going to be the design of our candle. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file. Let's take a look at the measurements here. We have our sample design is measured as 826 by 440. 826 by 440. So let's put this up. 826 by 440. 826 by 440. So this is the object that basically surrounds the candle, as far as I understood it. 826, let's see. Oh, okay, no, never mind. So let's go by the canvas, and then we will go from there to kind of determine the size that we need. 2710 by 1994. 2710 by 1994. 2710 by 1994. There we go. Ooh, this is large. Okay, good. It's good. It's fine. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine what part of this whole filling is going to be my label, right? I'm going to make this white for now because I don't really need it to be that much visible. So now what I want to do is I want to center a rectangle. I'm going to place it on top, arrange, bring to front. And now I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. Let's take a look at what they have here. So this square is filling up this space. That's what we see, right? Now what we want to do is we want to kind of try to understand what size this is, and this kind of fills up half of the rectangle and it's just centered. So let's take a look how this could look like for us. This would, I would say, approximately look like this, and I'm going to make it just a little wider. So I think let's copy this and paste it into Photoshop and see if this will work. Pixels. Oh, this is kind of big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I'm not sure why exactly it's that big. Let's make it that smaller. Command C. Now going back to Photoshop. Command V. Let's use it as a smart object. And as a smart object, what we can also do is we can go in and we can edit it in Illustrator. That could also work for us. So let's take a look at how this is going to look like in this size. So I'm going to remove the sample and I'm going to save this, save just like so. And now we can see this will work pretty good. The size is pretty good here. So I'm gonna go back into here and I'm going to go into my smart object. So now this area here is connected to my Photoshop file, and now I can design on top, and everything I design on top will basically be inside the rectangle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to place the logo, which is probably one of the most important things right now. Right click, arrange, bring to front. Okay, and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. I'm gonna place it in the center at the top like this, and I'm going to make this one white like so, and this name will have this darker color because our rectangle will be placed on top of the candle, as we can see here, and I want it to be white, and I want to have the color of the background kind of represent our brand colors. So this is it. I'm going to make this rectangle different color so I can see my label better, like that. I'm going to lock it, Command and 2. All right, so now what are we going to place here? We're going to place this thing, arrange, bring to front, and we're going to make it smaller. Let's place it in a very interesting way, something experimental. Let's do something cool. Let's do something cool here with our logo and with our elements. I'm just experimenting at this point. I'm not, this is not final at all. So I'm just trying to find a good way to place this design, to place the color, and the handwritten one will say the SKU, bring to front. So this SKU will be, wait a second, which, A Weekend in the Mountains. So A Weekend in the Mountains is sage and lavender. It's Golden Coast, I believe. So it's gonna be Golden Coast, and I'm going to write Flambeau Golden Coast. Golden Coast, this is our SKU. Right there, I can place it like that if I want to, just to kind of give this circle some kind of connection. This will work pretty well. So let's take a look at what other information we are going to place on the candle. And I'm going to put the, let's see. Okay, so this is just going to be example, so I don't really care. Right now I'm just going to copy the ingredients of the other candle. So, and I'm going to place them in my typeface that I have determined earlier, which is going to be this one with my ingredients and so on. Place it to the front, arrange, bring to front. There we go. Just like so. And we're going to increase the typeface here, the size, because otherwise it won't be legible here. Ingredients, oak sage and moss blend. We're going to remove the caps and we're going to make this one the same typeface that we had earlier. This one. So I'm going to click I. Oops. And I removed everything by accident. I'm going to click I to eyedrop the typeface. Just like so. And I'm going to increase the size. Okay. And I'm going to divide this into 2 lines because this is kind of too, you know, too close to each other. And now if we imagine this label printed, it's going to be really tiny here. So I'm going to, what I can recommend you guys doing is making prototypes first of all, because if you don't make prototypes, you won't be able to understand how these things work on your actual packaging. So if you have an old candle, make yourself a prototype. What I'm going to do here as well is I am going to place it in 1 line. So I'm going to Command C, copy this, and I'm going to place it into this text box, Command V, like so. Because I have seen it on packaging before. I have packaging here actually that I can show you guys. So I have seen it right here, ingredients. That's how it says right here. And that's how you learn. When you look at other packaging, this is how you learn how things go, where they go, and so on. Okay. Musk, base of amber. Okay. All right. So we have these ingredients going on. We have this thing going on here. What else are we missing? We are missing some of our elements that we have determined earlier, right? So we have these lines. Maybe we can use those. So let's copy them, Command C, and Command V them into our design, right? So let's take a look how we can use those. This almost looks like a prescription. I kind of like this. It's really cool. So I'm going to place it central, and I'm going to place my ingredients inside. So I am going to create it like a little bit larger, like this. All right. And now what can we write into this part? This part can be a little bit shorter, actually. I'm diving into the pixels here, so. Okay. This is cool. I feel like this typeface is a little too wide. So let's see what else I can use here. Maybe sage, my favorite sage. Light, regular. Let's try regular. All right, some screaming going on here in the background. Yeah, this could work. I am going to place this at the bottom so that I can add some information in here. Yeah, I kind of like this. I'm digging this. What are you guys thinking? I think this is kind of cool so far. All right, let's make this a little larger. Oh, yeah, this is cool. This typeface also reminds me of like old French newspapers. Super cool. Maybe we can even make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Great. This looks amazing, amazing. I'm totally amazed. Let's make a little frame around here that is going to have a stroke, and it's not going to have a filling like this. And what I thought was kind of weird, that the lines are too thin. The lines are too thin here. I'm going to make them the same size as the outline. All right, so this is cool. I am digging this. I am digging this. All right, and I'm going to place these just a tiny bit further at the top. This goes a little bit down. This goes a little bit down. Right now I'm working on the layout, guys. So I'm trying to create, you know, a good information flow that will help, you know, the person to read it better. And here I'm going to create a little ellipse around this. Maybe that's not completely perfect, using one of the colors that I have used. So this one is Golden Coast, so I'm going to use this brown. And I'm going to place this gradually to the back. Command, where is it? Come on. Oh, okay. Now I'm using Command and the square bracket to kind of place it on the right layer. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan yet, but we are here to experiment. We're here to see how this will work. Maybe the color here can be slightly lighter, so I'm going to adjust it maybe to like a beige. Maybe to this one. Yeah, this is so much better. Okay, so guys, I'm going to place this in the center. So to align these two, the ellipse and this text, I'm selecting both and I'm going here into the align settings and I'm going to align it perfectly. This one, the Gold Coast, can be a little smaller just so it fits, kind of almost fits. Golden Coast, cool. Almost has something of like a stamp or something. All right, this is, I feel, a little too dominant. So one thing that I always do is, oh, actually, you know, let's be a little bit more experimental. Let's be a little bit more experimental and place that at the top. Try stuff out. Try stuff out. That's the most important thing when you're creating something. Ooh, I'm kind of digging this. Yeah, this is good. This looks a little artsy, you know, looks interesting. Maybe it can be a circle. I mean, I'm not married to this design yet, so, you know, it can be anything. Or it can be a ellipse that goes the other way. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Yeah, I kind of like this. This is interesting. Maybe a little connection to the logo. Typeface of this I'm going to make just a little smaller, and maybe I cannot use the bold but the medium instead. Yep, that works. Yeah, that's cool. As you can see, guys, I'm like still experimenting. This is all not set. My branding is not set. None of that is really, you know, something where I say, yeah, this is it for now. This could be like a big element on it, like so. And then let's move this a little bit to the bottom. It's always a constant moving, you know, constant moving of objects. Yeah, this is getting there. I can imagine, I can totally imagine this. So now let's go and write down our ounces, get a little bit more into detail. Okay. Command V, and this is going to be a little bit larger so it's legible. Okay, 6 ounces. Ooh, I like this. I like this layout here. It's very interesting. Let's remove this line. Let's move this a little bit closer here. So here what's important is, so we have the distance from the letters to the lines, right? First, this distance and this distance, of course, have to be, you know, the same based off the capital letters. And then we want to adjust this distance here as well to be the same like this one. So this is what I'm trying to do. And now we are aligning this line here just the same way. We're looking at the distance here and a distance here. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to align those so they're perfectly, you know, aligned to each other. Perfect. Now we have something weird going on here on the side. That's okay. All right, so now let's move this a little bit inside, so it's not right on the edge here, you know. And then what other information can we add here except for the ounces? I'm kind of really like digging this design so far. Let's see how this will look on the candle, actually, on the actual candle. Now let's add some other information: vegan, cruelty-free, and phthalate-free. I think this is important. This is important, and let's just place it in here in this other little chamber. I'm going to copy paste this text and Command V. Okay. Vegan, cruelty-free, and phthalate-free. Okay. So now this goes down here. Perfect. I'm going to align this on the left side. Oops. This text box is large for this tiny element. All right, vegan, cruelty-free, and phthalate-free. This can also be something that says that here on the side. So as you can see, again, like I'm still experimenting on the layout, and I'm still not set. I still don't know how it's going to look like in the end. But once I am, you know, the whole work will proceed so much faster, because then I already, you know, have the layout, and I can just apply the different information to the different SKUs, and then I already have my product kind of ready to go and my label ready to go. What else can I put into those little chambers? Hand poured in the USA, why not? 50-hour burn time, I think that's more important. Okay. So again, copy pasting. I'm copy pasting so much, so I can recommend you guys. That saves a lot of time. 50-hour burn time. There we go. I'm going to increase the size here, and I'm going to use the same typeface as here, which is going to be a regular of Active Grotesque. Cool. All right. Now this is slowly coming together. I'm kind of digging this. I'm going to actually use this typeface. I'm going to try it, how that looks. Yeah, that could be it, you know. That could be it. Let's try and place this on the inside of the box. Outline. To help you kind of find the perfect middle, what you can also do is you can create a rectangle, and you can go around like this, and you can align the text with the text box being a key object. So now I'm just aligning this in the center, and I can do the same thing with a 6 ounce. Selecting that. Okay. Now it's a perfect middle, and I can remove the rectangle. I don't need it anymore. All right, my friends, I think this is the design that we're going to go for. What I want to do is I want to try it out first on the packaging to see if this is really it, and if I'm really digging this, and if I'm really going to use it. But then we can adjust the information in all of the elements and use it for our other designs. All right. I love the way it kind of creates a little flow here from the logo through this, you know, colored object to this text and outside and to Golden Coast in the middle. I feel like there is a really good, you know, hierarchy going on right now. And then, of course, we read from left to right and from top to bottom. So maybe we can make the logo a little bit smaller. All right. And I'm always making sure that kind of the distances here also work. And I'm going also to center the logo a little bit better. All right, so now let's copy this design, Command C, and place it into our mockup. This is where it gets exciting. This is where it gets exciting. Okay. Yes. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. It's going to look so pretty. I can't wait to see it. All right, so now I'm closing it and saving, and bam, we have our Flambeau. But yeah, actually, no, I mean, it could work, but we can see that the typefaces are way too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the text size in the ingredients here. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to increase the size a little bit to 20 points. And of course I have to adjust here the height, because now the typeface got a little bit larger and it grew to the bottom, right? So now the distances were not the same anymore. And now let's try this out. Also, this object here might even go a little bit, oops, I might go a little bit larger, like so. Okay, and let's decrease the auto. Yes, that's good. Okay, now let's copy paste this again. Command C. Or actually, you know what? Let me outline this. Or actually, to prevent, you know, it to appear like a larger object. As you saw in Photoshop, it looked really large. So when I was trying to move it, it was going to the side. The reason for that is because here in Illustrator, I had those huge text boxes that were reaching out of my design. That's not what I want. I want to prevent that so that my largest object is actually, you know, the label itself, the label background. Command C and Command V. This is going to be just a little bit smaller. And I'm holding Option to kind of scale it to all the directions, just like so. All right, I'm going to make the other ones invisible and I'm saving it now. Save. Yeah, I think this looks really, really great. Yeah, it's so pretty, guys. I'm so excited to see how it looks with the real color. So now what I want to do is change the candle color, right? So this is going to change the color of our candle itself. And there, that's the part where we can use our brand colors. That's the part where it gets really important to use them actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select one of those rectangles that I've created, double click on the color, Command C, the color code. And so I'm copying the color code basically, and I'm pasting Command V, the color code, into my color selection. So super cool. Let's copy this file and save as. Now I'm going to create 3 copies of this mockup. Save on your computer. I'm going to create a new folder for this called Flambeau. By the way, guys, I'm always storing all of my projects on my Dropbox folder, and that's the reason why I am I'm creating a Dropbox folder. Okay, this one will be called Flambeau, and this is dark green, right? So the dark green is our, what is it? Amber and moss. But it's supposed to be Golden Coast. So we have to save it as Golden Coast, but I have to change the color. Golden Coast. PSD. Save. All right. Now, the color that I picked here is not the Golden Coast color, which I need to pick the Golden Coast color, which I'm doing right now. Command C, copying the color code again, and I'm going to apply the color code here, Command V. Okay, so now it's our branded candle for Golden Coast. I am going to change everything on this other packaging as well, but for now let's concentrate on the candle itself. Also the shadow, backgrounds, color box, color wax. So the color of the wax I want to keep completely white. I'm going to keep it for all of the SKUs the same. Now what I want to do is, since I have created this file, what will help me create the different SKUs of the same mockup is I'm going to go to Flambeau. I'm going to duplicate this file. Duplicate and duplicate. So I need 3 different SKUs, right? And this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to open the other ones and change the color there. I'm going to change the color to the different SKUs that we have, and I'm also going to create a different adapted label. So this one will be what we have: Golden Coast, we have amber and moss. Amber and moss. There we go. Oh, I love this typeface. This is so cool, guys. I am really digging this. Okay, amber and moss. And now, what does amber and moss have? So, here. Oh, okay. So this is actually the amber and moss text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste this so that we have all the 3 SKUs right there, ready to use, ready to copy and paste into our Photoshop. Golden Coast. This one says Golden Coast, and this one says neroli and eucalyptus. Neroli and eucalyptus. My brain is not working anymore, guys. I'm so sorry. I had so much streaming going on today. I'm going to decrease the size of this just a little bit because I want it to fit into my circle, like so, and even decrease the size a little bit more. Perfect. All right. So now we have the 3 SKUs, and I'm going to adjust the text here as well. A weekend in the mountains. And then, so this is Golden Coast, orange slices, mint and eucalyptus. That's neroli and eucalyptus. And this is amber and moss, right? Eucalyptus, sea salt, redwood, and palo santo. Orange blossom, mint, and I'm not sure, but that doesn't matter because we're just gonna go with whatever we have. Orange slices. This is neroli and eucalyptus. So this will be right here. I'm going to set it to the same size as the other ones. Arrange, bring to front. And for that, what I like doing is I like to keep the old element still, and I like to just design on top and then delete the old element when I'm done. So to access the old element is you have to Command 2, so lock the top one, and now I'm going to select the one that was there before and remove it. Same thing I'm going to do for this one, Big Sur Magic, Command C, Command V, and I accidentally copied it. I'm going to place it right on top of this one. Of course, always make sure to scale proportionally. This is very important. Command 2 to lock it, and now we're going to be able to select the old one. Oh my god, why did I do this? This one does not go on the Golden Coast. This one goes on to... Wait, is that amber and moss? Yes. So this one goes on top of amber and moss. There we go. I'm always trying to be like very precise in cases like that. So I'm going to Command and 2, lock it, and remove the old one. Okay, so now we have 3 different sentences, we have 3 different SKUs. What else can change? The ingredients can change. So let's take a look at other ingredients. Orchid and salt. So I'm just going to copy this because this is just an example, right? And we have Golden Coast set, we have pasting, whoops. Let's see, okay. All right, so we're going to paste this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. Wait, what was that? What was this? This was gopher, gopher what? Gopher what? Gopher regular. Okay, this is what we're going to do here as well. Gopher regular. Hey, where is it? Oh, there. Okay, gopher regular, right? And we don't want it to be in caps. We want it to be in regular text size. So what's the text size here? It's 20. We're gonna do the same thing here. It's gonna be 20, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and now we're going to send the salt over to the other side. Perfect. And do we have any, I always compare, you know, things. So here we don't have any tracking the tracking is at 0, and this is what we're going to do here as well, because the tracking here is set to 100, which is not what we want. And now I'm going to send the lily to the other side. Perfect. All right, now the same thing here. I'm going to copy the ingredients from the other one, refreshing some. This is it, Command C, and I'm going to Command V it into this one. And again, I'm going to go through the same process. Active, oh no, never mind. It was gopher, 0 tracking, and 20 point size. There we go. And I'm going to remove the capitalization, just like so. All right. I want to remove this information. This is not interesting for us, and the fresh thing is also not interesting for us. Now I have a bold typeface for some reason. I need the regular. I think that was regular right here. What was it? Regular. Yes, perfect. Now we see that here we are kind of having an overload on text, right? So what we could do is we could extend this to another line. And what I would do here is, actually I would move both our objects together upstairs and do something like that. You know, just distribute it a little bit more. Like this. And this works totally fine to me. I think we are done so far, you know, kind of adapting all the information, legal cruelty, and that's 50-hour burn time will be the case for all of them. So now what we have going on in Photoshop is we have the actual Golden Coast. Then we have a file that's saved as Golden Coast, but we want to save it as something different. We want to save it as the other one will be the green one is amber and moss. So we want to save it as amber and moss. Amber moss. There we go. Save. Okay. And the other one will be, we have amber and moss, and we have neroli and eucalyptus. Command C. Just trying to save money save time. Yeah, money is time, but trying to save time wherever I can. Save as. There we go. I want to save this as neroli and eucalyptus. Save. Okay. All right. So I have organized my files a little bit better here. I'm going to remove the ones that I don't need right now. And these are the copies, the 2 copies. I don't need them. Move to trash. All right, so now I have the amber and moss, I have the Golden Coast, and I have the neroli and eucalyptus. So right now my Golden Coast is golden, my amber and moss is going to be this color, and my neroli and eucalyptus will be the blue color. So let's copy that color, and we're going to apply it to our packaging. All right, Command C. I'm always using the color codes here just because it makes it so much easier. Command V. All right, so now we have our 3 SKUs applied to our candles. Super cool. Let's see if we can make this a little bit greener, because I feel like these two are very similar to each other, whereas this one is completely different. So I'm going to make this one a little bit greener, and I'm going to apply this color, Command C, to my branding, to my initial branding, so that I will never get confused anymore. I'm going to use the color code I use in Photoshop, Command V. Okay, now it's just a little bit lighter. Doesn't make a big difference, but once you're kind of you know, getting into the color and want to create SKUs that are that similar to each other, that's really, really helpful. So my friends, what do we have? We have the logo, we have the colors, we have the brand elements, we have the SKUs here set up already with our colors. Oh, okay, so we do not have the application of the different labels yet. So we have applied the Golden Coast one. Now the green one will be Amber and Moss. So I'm going into my Amber and Moss, copy pasting it into my design, Command C. Now let's go into the design, Command V. Okay, and again here I leave the old one so I have an orientation of where my new one goes, and then I can delete the old one still. Center, yes. All right. Oh, I see what's happening here. So the problem is that some of our objects were locked. So that's the reason why we were not able to copy all of them. What I need to do is hold Option Command and press 2. So I'm unlocking all the other objects that we want to copy. Command C and Command V. All right. Another try, another day, another try. It's all about trying, trial and error. Okay. Save. Now we have Amber and Moss going on, we have Golden Coast going on, and what we're missing is Neroli and Eucalyptus. So here again, we're gonna copy paste this, Command C, and we're going into Photoshop, going into Neroli and Eucalyptus, design here, Command V. All right, cool, perfect. So guys, you can see that the design works pretty well on our packaging. There we go. And now let's try and apply the color on the inside and the logo on the outside. That's what I'm gonna do to keep it simple for now, because we are already almost at 2 hours, which is crazy. We all wanna go into the weekend, right? So, all right, so let's try and apply this color on the inside. What's this color? Texture, designs. Okay, this is the design. I want to find the color on the inside. Color top part. Okay. Design side to top. We don't need this. Left side. Okay, let's put our logo in here, because why not? Because why not? We're going to remove this layer and we're going to copy paste our logo in here. So it's going to be only our Flambeau logo. Command C and Command V, and I'm gonna place it in the center, make it smaller, just so it fits on the box. Let's see how this is gonna look like. Save. Oh, nice. I'm loving it. This is looking really cool. I don't want this golden square going on. Color box. Color box inside. Yes, this is what I want to edit. So here we want to apply the colors of our brands. So Golden Coast will get this color on the inside as well. Command C and Command V. Cool, right? I mean, this is getting there, guys. I'm excited. All right, now let's do the same thing here. Color box inside. Yes, this is it. All right, now we're gonna apply our Amber and Moss here. Command C and Photoshop, Command V. Ooh, this is getting there, guys. This is getting there. And now the same thing we're gonna do here. Color box inside. Yep, that's it. And now we're gonna apply our dark blue. There we go. All right. Command C again. Command V. All right. This is super, super cool. Now let's adjust the logos here around it, and then we can export our SKUs already and finalize our project, because we are kind of running out of time. Design candle, base, shadow, backgrounds, scene, custom color. Oh, let's try this out. Why not? Let's see how our background color will look like if we make it the same color as the product. Command C. Let's take a look at that. Command V. Oh, this is interesting, guys. I'm not the biggest fan of using the same color. I'm just gonna keep it simple. I like it simple. All right, base, shadow, design candle. Yes, that's something we already worked on. Design inside. That's not something we need right now. Design top. Okay. Okay. All right. Where's our logo? I'm still looking for our logo. Yeah, this is a little complex here because we definitely have selective stamp. Yes, I want to get rid of this actually. Selective foil stamp. I want to get rid of design front. Selective foil stamp. Oh. Ooh, we can also make something like this, but I don't want it. I don't want the front. Oh wow, this is also cool. Yeah, working with mockups, guys, can be really tedious sometimes. I just want to remove that rectangle in the front. Huh. This is where the rectangle will be. This is how to find out basically where to find things. So selective foil stamp, will it go away? Yes, it will go away. So the rectangle needs to be somewhere here. Texture, designs. Is it in designs? Yes, it's in designs. Design candle. Is this it? No, it's not. Is this it? No, it's not. Yes, I found it. Oh my God, finally. All right. Front. So, okay, so this is our selective foil stamp, but really we want to go onto the overlay. Oh no, we want to go onto the regular layers. Design top, design left, design right. Okay, this is where we want to add some more stuff because I'm not satisfied with the logo only being there. I need it to be a little bit more and better branded. So what I want to do is I want to apply these 4 elements to the front of the candle. Command C. And I'm going back to Photoshop. Command V. Okay. Yes, this is what I want to have something, oops, something more like this. All right. And to place it perfectly, I'm going to copy paste this and place it, let's see if this works. Let's take a look how our design looks. Yes! Yes, this works, this works, this works. All right, so it looks like our Golden Coast pretty much done. Let's jump into our, ooh, there's something here at the top that I have not seen. Design stop, design left side, color box. Okay. All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed, my friends. Let's go back into that foil, select a foil stamp, and we're going to remove the weird rectangle that I don't like. Same thing here, foil stamp, rectangle. Yes. Okay, good. We are moving forward, guys. We are moving forward. All right, so now what we want to do is change the design of left side, no, right side. Okay, of the left side, yes. So, Command V. Now, we're just gonna place the designs manually because we have to. Command C. Command V. Okay. By the way, to transform an object, you simply click Command and T, and now you can go in and change the size. What I've been doing is I've been placing it pretty much so that the logo is pretty much in the middle. All right, let's place it like this. Save, yes, please. Oh wait, where did it go? Where did it go? I am getting hungry. Hey, it's here. Why didn't it save? Oh, because I removed it. Haha. Okay, now let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. This looks pretty legit. Now let's do the same thing on this box. We are going to apply the design side. Oh my god, it's just too many options here. It's really confusing. Okay, this is the designs. Yes, this is what I want to do. Top, no. Overlay layers, don't edit. Oh yeah, here, design left side. Yes, this is what we want to do. And now we're adding our last piece. It's going to be our neroli and eucalyptus. Command C. There we go. Command V. Guys, I think this is honestly the longest session I've ever done, ever, on my channel. All right, this should be good. And now we're gonna remove the other one and let's go. Let's go. Yay! Look how cool. We have our 3 SKUs now going on. Super cool. File, I'm going to export all of those. Export as JPEG, yes. Export. And where am I exporting it? I'm exporting it into my Dropbox where I have the Flambeau file folder, and I'm going to create a new folder that's called mockups, because these are the mockups. I can use them for presentation, I can use them for anything I want. All right, number one done. Number 2, file export as JPEG, export, and mockups. Perfect. It already has adapted the preset. There we go. I think, guys, I am going to post this as my portfolio piece because this came out so cool. I am so excited. Export like so, and it's going into the same folder. Whew! My god, this has been a long session, guys. Thanks for staying here. I see there are some like 13 permanent people here. It's awesome. Thank you so much for sticking here with me, and let's preview all of these things. Open with preview. All right, my friends, I am giving you guys a little presentation now of our products. Oh, you can see I have misplaced them just a little bit, but that's okay. I can, you know, replace them still. So Flambeau is a brand that has 3 different SKUs of candles. One is called Golden Coast, one is called Amber and Moss, and one is called Neroli and Eucalyptus. Each of the SKUs have their own color. While Neroli and Eucalyptus have a darker blue tone, Golden Coast is wearing a brownish golden earthy tone, and Amber and Moss has a greenish tone, which is correct. So we have these 3 SKUs, and we can definitely make a couple more mock-ups. We have our amazing logo, we have our brand elements. So how would I present this now? It was a great informative session. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so how do I present this now? This can be, you know, this can be already a file that I'm presenting. Look at this. This is beautiful. So what I would do now is I would basically kind of create a mock-up around this, and I will make, let's say I would make an artboard around here. So I would take this artboard, place it around there, and then decrease the size of all of that. And I'm going to actually outline these things here, because otherwise they're going to change their stroke size and not in proportion. That's not what we want. We want everything to change in proportion. Object, outline stroke. That's what it's called. Outline stroke. Object, path, outline stroke. There we go. And the same thing we also need to do with these rectangles. Object, path, outline stroke. Also, if there is information that you're not going to edit anymore, I'm not going to edit this anymore. I can copy you know, a copy of this, put it to the side, copy and put it to the side. That's what I want to do. And the rest I can outline. Command Shift and O. I can outline all of these things, and now I can simply fit them to my artboard. And this is going to be one of my slides that I'm going to be presenting next to the mockups, right? I can also create a cool slide like this, where I am, you know, oh, actually, let's use this slide, this element here. We haven't really used it, where I am taking this design and I'm kind of breaking it down, because I want to show, I want to show what it consists of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it really large. I'm going to kind of place it on the side here. Not that large, a little bit smaller. Like this. And I can also maybe, you know, put a copy over here, so it can be seen as kind of like a detailed view. And that is always looking kind of almost like realistic. And I'm going to create little shadows around these rectangles. Effect, drop, where is it? Stylize, drop shadow. And this drop shadow, of course, is way too strong. I just wanted to make it something like that. So now you can see those are actually, let's edit this drop shadow a little bit and put it to 0. Yeah, you can see a little outline going on here. I'm gonna do the same thing here. 0, 0. Yeah, this is cool. I'm loving this. I'm loving this, guys. Happy that I'm able to do things like that on a daily basis. So fun. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna place it somewhat like that. And now we have kind of like a little presentation slide where we can break down the elements. And we can also do something like this, where actually, let me copy paste this with artwork, saving time wherever I can. And now what I can do is I can group these, selecting all the objects, Command G. Let And oops, why did not all the artwork copied? Because these elements are not on the artboard anymore. That's the reason. That's the reason, my friends. That's the reason. And I'm going to remove this one. Going to group that one. Command G. And I'm going to place it a little bit, you know, a little more random. Just like this. Just like this. I hope this is gonna get featured in graphic design or something. This will be amazing. I'll be so happy about it. It's all about the presentation, my friends. It's all about the presentation. And I can even pull a little background here using one of my brand colors. So let's say I want to make it this like dark blue. Arrange, send to back. Arrange, send to back. There we go. Look how cool and elegant this looks. This is amazing. And here we can put a different color, maybe the brown one. Eyedropper. Sorry guys, my brain is not working anymore. Arrange, send to back. Cool. Look, we have some things that we can present already. So I'm going to go ahead and export as JPEG, and I'm going to create a little Behance folder inside my Flambeau Behance, because I'm going to use these visuals for Behance, not Ehance, but it's okay. I'm going to modify that later. All artboards are going to go there in RGB. Okay. Now, of course, it has put all the artboards to my Ehance folder. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at all of these. Open with preview. So we have our product images here, right? Then we have our mood board. We have some of our brand elements. We have the close-up of our labels. We have our labels arranged differently. This is my favorite, honestly. This looks so cool. I am so happy, guys. Whew! Cool. Luana is saying love. Awesome. Yeah, guys, so this is how I would present it to a client. Maybe not this one, of course, but I would definitely create a mood board. Then I would create a couple drafts. I would create, you know, the different SKUs, and then I would go into the graphic elements, and then I would show how the branding will look like on a real product. So this is how I would do it. And then from there, I would probably, you know, get their feedback and adjust it to the design, create new mock-ups, and, you know, just adjust the whole appearance to whatever they're thinking. All right, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to participate in those next time, because I'm going to make those videos every week, or maybe every second week, I'm not sure yet. Instagram.com. Here you can send me your suggestions. So I'm going to post a story where I'm going to ask you guys for suggestions for the next streams, so that every session we can fill up a wheel of fortune full of different topics, and that we can work together on kind of creating something cool like that every single time. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Julia Masaliska on Instagram. You can also check out my Behance profile. I'm pretty active there as well. And I'm also streaming on Adobe Live. So if you want to learn design, feel free to check out behance.net/live. This is me here. I was doing some daily creative challenges, and it's just fun to kind of, you know, learn something step by step. Here it's me creating something. Actually today I'm wearing the same thing, which is actually funny. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of this, and hopefully this was helpful for you. Leave a comment below what you're thinking about this video. suggest, you know, improvements. Just leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you think, to give feedback. All right, my friends, and I'll see you hopefully next week. Bye bye.